Well, our next guest played 16 years with the Baltimore Ravens. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champ. And now he's headed to the desert after signing with the Cardinals last week. Terrell Suggs, welcome to Undisputed. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ball so hard. You're back. I have missed you. Have you missed me?
Absolutely. I've missed you, Skip. Believe it or not, I have.
I gotta miss.
That's so nice of you to say.
I've been seeing you talking crazy, though.
Crazy, just a little bit. All right, well, we are glad to have you. And I'm going to start with the obvious question. How hard was it to leave Baltimore?
It was very difficult. It was probably hands down the most difficult decision I ever had to make in my life. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just felt it was time to leave. You know what I'm saying?
You said it was time to leave. So when I look at you as like the Ray Lewis, 17 years, Jonathan Ogden. I think Ed Reed made a mistake, and I think if he had to do it over again, he would have never left. I just saw you as always as a lifer in that black and purple. Why now?
Me too, because like you mentioned, all those guys, you know, through and through, I'm an Ozzie Newsome guy.
Right.
And, you know, once I knew Ozzie was going to step down as GM, you know, I had to kind of question my future, you know, in the Ravens uniform. And, you know, after trying a few times, like, you know, last year trying to kind of extend my contract with the Ravens and everything just kind of kept falling through, I was just like, all right, it's probably, you know, Ozzie stepping down. I'm kind of the last pillar from the last regime. And it's like I said, like with a lot of things that kind of happen, a lot of guys that end up leaving, I felt like I was the only thing preventing the team from kind of, you know, out with the old, in with the new, you know, kind of thing. So I kind of, I chose to leave so that they can kind of turn the page and let the new guys kind of build something for themselves and, you know, have some of their own.
Do you feel that had Ozzie still been in place, that you would have remained a Raven? You felt that Ozzie had that big of an impact that you would have remained a Raven had he remained in his role?
It's a good chance that, you know, I would have probably stayed and finished out my career in Baltimore had Ozzie still been, you know, remained there. But, you know, it just seems like, you know, with him stepping down and the moves that they made, it was kind of like, I feel like it was a mutual part in ways. You know, like I said, you know, they was kind of turning the page and, you know, I had to respect that. You know, I love that organization so much that I removed myself from it so that they can, you know, do what they had to do and be a great team again.
So, Mr. Suggs, you and I used to do battle about one Joe Flacco. I called him Fluco. You called him Joe Cool. He was your quarterback.
The disrespect.
Yeah, but how do you feel now that
How
the
can you
Ravens,
say that about a Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Ravens
a Super Bowl winning MVP.
Because they traded him. They have committed their future to one Lamar Jackson. How do you feel about that?
Like I said, you know, it was kind of a turning of the page, so to say. You know, it was Lamar time. You know, Lamar, Joe did some great things for us last year, you know, and played a few games hurt. And, you know, Lamar came in and gave us that spark and kind of took the team and got us into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it was it was just time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was a disrespectful thing. It was just, you know, the team went in a different direction, and it's Lamar's time there.
Can the Ravens win Super Bowls with Lamar Jackson at quarterback?
They can, hopefully, not while I'm still playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on it because I'm not on that team, but I believe they can. You know.
And now that you're not in that division, the new favorites are the Cleveland Browns. How do you feel about that?
I know. That's a whirlwind, man. You know, the Cleveland, you know, that city has been dealing with a lot, especially with the departure of their team to Baltimore, you know, back in 1996. And, you know, they've had some pain. So now, like, you know, they've made some moves to kind of put them in a position to do something special. So, you know, it's exciting. The whole league will be looking at Cleveland, Ohio.
So other than Arizona being your hometown, you went to college, you played college ball there, you played high school there. Why with the Cardinals? Do you believe that they can win? Probably going to select a quarterback, Kyler Murray, with the first pick in the draft. Do you guys believe you can win, compete in this division with the Rams, who went to the Super Bowl last year in this very division, and Seattle?
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe that. I didn't come here to not win. You know, I don't have any seasons to kind of waste. You know, I don't know how much longer I plan on doing this, but I know I plan on playing it next year. And I didn't come to the Arizona Cardinals to have the #1 pick in the draft again in the 2020 draft and be in the lottery in the 2020. I mean, in 2020. So I definitely think we can win, and we got all off season to kind of build a team and become a team.
Have you had much time to watch Kyler Murray? I don't know if you got to see any of his games last year. Do you know what you're about to get into here with him? Because he is something.
I mean, we've been around this game for decades. You know, y'all been around this game longer than me. Y'all know crazy things can happen on draft day. So we don't know who we're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So, but if they do happen to draft Tyler Murray, I think it's gonna be exciting. Just like the same situation with Lamar. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on how good he can, you know, handle the NFL scheme and become an NFL quarterback, how fast he can pick that up.
Have you had time to sit down with your new, very young head coach?
Yeah, we've chatted when I signed. We talked a little bit, and you know, everybody's just really excited. That's the kind of, you know, energy you need going into a season. You know, you have the excitement of a new young head coach. You know, me and him was actually in the same draft. That was crazy. You know, someone told me that. And, you know, like I said, with me being a 17-year vet coming into kind of a young team, I think it's a good situation for everybody involved.
So if you don't mind, I'd like to revisit this. You're very close with Ray. Did you run this by when you made this decision? Not that you have to, but did you? And if the Ravens had come to you and said, Suggs, just give us an opportunity to match whatever Arizona's putting on the table. Because it seems to me that you were leaving regardless, whether they ask you to come back or not.
That's not true. That's not true. I actually decided before, you know, like I hadn't slept in weeks, and, you know, it was like I was pretty much gonna go back to Baltimore because that was the safe thing to do. But, you know, at the end of the day, I wasn't at peace with my decision. And I was going to ask Ray, but then I'd have been taking counsel from someone other than myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of wanted to do what was the best fit for me. And it just seemed like after thinking everything through, it was like the best decision. And Ozzie even called me, you know, and he was on the phone. We couldn't get off the phone for hours. And I'll never forget it. Ozzie said, Sizzle, I don't want to hang up the phone because I don't want to lose you. You know what I'm saying? He said, I feel if I get off the phone, then I'm going to lose you. I was like, Ozzie, you can never lose me. I'll always be a Raven, you know, but I felt it's time to turn the page, and that's what I did. That was the biggest decision, and me leaving.
Suggs, that non-extension really rubbed you the wrong way because you felt if they'd have wanted you in 2019, they would have extended you in 2018.
It didn't rub me the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're young, you're naive, and you react to things prematurely. It was just like, nah, you know, I kind of respected the business side of it. I think, you know, now that you can see how everything kind of panned out, they were thinking more offensively, and there was a big offensive free agent on the block that everybody was trying to get, and I really think they really wanted that guy, you know, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a big, you know, piece for the Jets, and I just think, you know, had, you know, we got the extension done, like I said, I would still be there, but it was just kind of let me know it's probably time to turn the page.
Going back to your old division, the North, you surprised that Antonio Brown and Le'Veon are no longer Pittsburgh Steelers?
Nah, as we clearly see, just like during this interview, all good things must come to an end. Time will get us all eventually, so I'm not surprised.
So where do you see the Steelers finishing in that division next year?
I could really care less.
Really?
I could care less when I was in that division, but who cares? I'll be cheering for the black and purple, though.
So let me ask you, when Ray left, he turned it over to you. Who do you turn the defense over to? Who do you turn the locker room leadership? C.J. Mosley's gone. So the last of really the homegrown, definite defensive stars is no longer in that locker room. So who's in charge?
Brandon Williams, we left the defense in good hands. Brandon Williams, was a Pro Bowl defensive tackle last year. He's always played at a very high level. The juggernaut, Michael Pierce, he's one of the toughest interior guys in the league. Jimmy Smith, like you said, he's still there. He was part of our Super Bowl team. Tony Jefferson, he's a veteran guy. But one of my personal favorites is Matt Judon. That I think he's really gonna shock some people. In next season, and I think he's gonna have a good season. So the defense is in good hands.
So you had some great battles over the years with one Tom Brady up in Foxborough. How shocked are you that he's still going at age next year 42 at a high level?
Well, the way the game's played now, the way the rules changed, I'll probably be able to sneak it out until I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same game from when, from when I came in and when Shannon played, you know what I'm saying? It's almost two-hand touch now, but hey, we'll play nice. We'll play long. So it's not shocking at all. The rules ain't the same. The game isn't the same. They have more protection than anybody, quarterbacks in this league. So it's not very shocking at all.
So have you gained respect for Brady at all?
What you got? 5 rings? 6 rings?
6.
You got as many as Mike? 6?
Mm-hmm. As many as Mike.
What can I say to that?
And 3 more than LeBron.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Skip.
You see it trying to sneak that hate in on LeBron,
blasphemy against the king is treason.
Yeah, exactly.
Blasphemy against the king is treason. Stop that, Skip. Stop that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep it fun. Don't be blaspheming against the king. But yeah, he got 6 rings. Good for him. Yeah.
So you are the CEO of your own film production company. And by the way, speaking of LeBron, you were doing LeBron off the field, off the court, long before LeBron was going Hollywood. So how is that going, and what do you have coming up for us film-wise?
Well, I got some stuff in the can. I mean, just in pre-production, you know what I'm saying? My heart belongs in football, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of do film as fun. I shot a TV pilot, that's called Shade. So hopefully I could be able to show that to the world once I finish it. And, I got a couple of feature scripts, that I'm going to try to shoot, get shot. But, all that's going to be fun for the summer, right now. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on working out and being the best player I can be in 2019 for the Arizona Cardinals.
Hey, Suggs, don't forget your boy do a little acting on the side. So if you ever need somebody to do a little role, your boy,
I know that, absolutely.
Since when? All right.
But I'm cheap, though. I don't pay people. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to, me and you, you're going to have to give me some kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hook you up on the back end or something.
Okay, we can do that. But
I'm real cheap, bro.
But Suggs, let me tell you how this thing works. My talent isn't based on your budget. I'm good at this thing now. But I'll do you this solid.
I know you are.
Okay.
We all tune in to watch you, not Skip.
You want
That's not true.
Appreciate that, Suggs. That's what I'm talking about,
Not true.
Boy.
He tunes in just to watch me. I know, and he knows.
Throw that in there at the very end. Terrell,
Absolutely
thank you. Appreciate your time today. We're wishing you the best of luck in Arizona. Thank you for joining us.